Alright, everyone, it's Professor 095 back with a simple Tuesday stream review. So tonight we'll be getting the new Liarnon, which is in the previous episode last Saturday. I think it was like episode 9 or episode 8. I don't remember at this point. I kind of lost track. But yes, we have like new stuff coming up. We have a new Liarnon as well as very special announcement from BUSHIROAD themselves in that particular stream. So let's get straight into the news itself. So before we get dive into the news, I would like to say, if you do like my content, please do hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos to come, and hit the notifications bell, and keep track of all of the things, probably news related or something random to my channel, whether it be TCG or something tokusatsu related. I should really focus on tokusatsu stuff sooner or later, but anyways, yeah, let's get straight into the news. So for the first card of the night, we actually have the Dark States Lindalkia, which is Tosei no Sekidan Lindalkia. So surprisingly, to the to the amazement and to the shock of everyone, we thought that it was going to be Amana Visual support. But it is not, because it is a double rare. It's a Dark States double rare with a no, it's not a Dark States double rare, sorry, it's a Dark States triple rare. So that kind of like surprises everyone as well, because we thought that this was supposed to be Amana Visual support, but it's actually for all the maskers, which like you can put this in technically all the masker stacks. So what she does is that when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, and if you have a Masker's Vanguard, you counterblast one and look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you search your name for no, you don't have to search it. You have to look for one grade 3 or less real unit card and call them to one unit card and call them to a rearguard circle, and then you choose a unit card from your drop zones and bind it. And then the second skill, during your turn, if you have 3 trigger units in your bind zone, this unit gets 10k, so which is pretty nice. First off, the Maskers was technically like a little bit too good, because you have of course, obviously speaking, this card will work the best with Amana Grigio as well as Unica, because Unica needs all the critical triggers in her bind zone, as well as Amana Grigio needs like the speed up the different types of triggers in the bind zone. Now, for many people, it's because that Draguework Maskers and Breedot Maskers don't really need the trigger in the bind zone as much. So the fact that they can actually try to utilize as much as possible by like superior calling a lot of superior calling at least one card from top 5 and then call up to one card from among them is already, I would say, it's pretty good in itself. But again, for many decks, I think Amana Grigio will still have some space, because there might be some cards that you're not going to be playing. But Gridon is technically kind of tight as well as Unica. Unica is arguable, but Draguework is kind of tight, because you need a very good amount of like support cards that help you to boost like a lot of to make the deck better. Like Rock Agur, Emposa, Falcade, for example. So these are like very like important spaces for some of the decks, and not to mention that Gridon requires some Desire Devils as well. But the fact that this card is actually like a triple rare and applies and you can use it in all of the master stack is technically the shocking factor as well, because it's already a triple rare. It's like what I've said just now, maskers support, so it's technically a good support for all of them. Not to mention that if you're playing this in Unica and in Amana Grigio Maskers, is going to be like, she's gonna be swinging at least like 20k at bare minimum, so which is kind of nice. And if you like do some personal like shenanigans, she's gonna hit 30k, which is really like a very good very high number already on her own. If you play this in Amana Grigio Maskers, if you try to like combo with Misery Wing Dragon, that's even better, I would say, because like Misery Wing Dragon, if you like technically can swing for like at least Also like 30k as well, but if you can manage to do a persona right turn, it's like swinging for like 40 to 55 at max, right? So is it, so 5 times 5 is like 25, so misery ring plus 75, 45, yeah. So technically around those numbers, but it's kind of nice for the Inductia. So I'm kind of excited to have Inductia in Armada Breach of Maskers. Personally, I don't play Unica. Personally, I feel like BUSHIROAD doesn't really need all that, but I guess it's fine. After that, we have the Lianon support. So the Lianon support is like pretty solid this time around. So this one is really interesting. So we have the, what's her name? Progressing Promise and Liza, and Reza. So it's a great tool. It's a common card, by the way. So the skill is that continuous Vanguard Guardian support if your Vanguard has a Unison Dress ability, which we're gonna get straight into what Unison Dress is. If your Vanguard is in a Unison Dress state, this unit cannot be chosen by opponent's card effect and gets 10k power and 10k shield, which is pretty nice. So she's technically like a 15k shield on her own and 20k attack by herself, so which is nice because Liana needs sometimes needs a lot of defense as well as like I mean like with if she can like boost the Vanguard, because like thanks to Liana Vivace's skill, like she'll be technically like swinging for like not swinging, she'll be like boosting Liana there for that 20k, which is like kind of nice, right? So that's a very good card for Liana in general, provided if it's a Unison Dress, of course. And then after that we have Rhythm of Joy Elantis. Now Elantis is pretty good. Because like it's a great one, it's a double rare, so the skill is like continuous Vanguard during your turn. If you have a Vanguard with Yaman is coming, this unit gets plus 2k. But if it's in Unison Dress state, it gets 5k instead of 2k. So of course you can play this in like the previous Lianons, but she'll be boosting for 10k. But if you're playing the new Lianon, Liana Vivace, in Unison Dress, she'll be like a 13k booster, so which is kind of nice. And this one is like really really nice for her second skill, because the skill is that auto Vanguard. At the end of your turn, if your Vanguard was boosted a total of 3 times or more during this turn, you retire this unit, draw 1, and if you don't have any face card cards in your damage zone, you get to counter charge 1. So technically speaking, I would say that this is like a quote-unquote budget inlet pulse. Not because that she can I'm not sure if comparing her to Inlet Pulse was a great comparison, but the fact that she can try to like retire herself but at the end of turn just to draw 1 and get to CC is like technically a very very good card on her own, because like Lianon, in a sense that if you're playing the current Lianon right now, excluding Lianon Maskers, I'm talking in the specific context. Oh, okay, maybe I can say that in the specific context of like Lianon, the BT Lianon and the Mankai no Daikoshi Lianon and Lianon Maskers. And both of them requires like a counter blast, and then you have like resonance strengthen to CB, and then you have like a lot of like other different cards that needs like a lot of like CB to just like gain power ups or something like that. Like say for example the the BT Liana requires you to counter blast 1 to draw 1, and then you can either discard it or you can hold it. That requires a CB. Resonance requires a CB. Thunder Blast, what other cards are there? Dianza. Okay, Dianza is also arguably you need a CD for that. So the fact that you can like utilize like a lot of like old cards from ever since when BT06 released up until this point, it's technically like you have like a lot of options to play in this Lianon, in this new Lianon, where you can technically like try to utilize as much I would say power-ups boost as example, and then you can try to like draw and get to CC. I think that's really really good for Atlantis. Is a very like great addition for not only for this Lianon, for the current Lianon, but also for the previous Lianon as well. Not for Maskers, I would say Lianon Maskers. I'm not sure if Lianon Maskers is technically you could play this in Lianon Maskers, but you can play this in like definitely the new the BT Lianon as well as the very first TD Lianon. That goes without saying, but nobody plays the TD Lianon. So yeah, I would say this is a very good card for Lianon, generally speaking. And then after that, where is Lianon Vivace? Okay, I want to see Lianon Vivace is that. Okay, no. Of course, the key card of the episode is technically, and then for tonight as well, is technically Master Fleur, Lianon Vivace. Okay, if I don't want to watch my French, so who's ever like very good in French, yes, the Master Fleur Lianon Vivace, technically speaking. In the Japanese text, it's like pronounced as Vivace. Okay, right. So I'm not gonna harp on that any further. Right, her skill for this one is very interesting because this time round we have Unison Dress, which is technically a new mechanic for like probably not for only for Lianon but probably for Youthbird and Stora Warina. We have to see if that is the case where Unison Dress can be applied for all of them. But for now, this is the only Unison Dress card that we are getting for the time being. So the skill is that when this unit is placed by riding on a unit with Lianon in its different card name, or on a unit with on a unit in Unison Dress, you draw a card and this unit becomes in Lianon Dress for the rest of its fight. So which is kind of interesting, right? Because you can technically write, it's like technically like the Masker's ruling. Not ruling per se, like it's kind of the Damascus mechanic, or like if you have the PT or PT cards and then you write the new Lianon, you will be regarded as the same name. Or like in an instance like Tegra, if you write a different name Tegra, it will be regarded as like writing the same name, which is technically persona writing. But this time around, the front row doesn't get 10k, but at least she allows you to draw one card, which is kind of nice. And the Vanguard state will be in Unison Dress, right? So that's what Unison Dress is supposed to be. So it doesn't have the huge power, but I think it makes even if like Lianon Vivace doesn't have the front row buff, power buff, her skill alone is already like enough for her to make up all of the big power. For the big power during this turn, right? So her skill is the auto Vanguard once per turn. When this unit in Unison Dress attacks while not being boosted, so this is very important, you stand all of your rear guards and they boost this unit, which includes grade 2 and grade 3s. If 3 or more units are boosting, at the end of the battle, you counter +1, you choose 3 of your units, stand them, and those units gets power +5k and then draft -1 until end of turn. So it has also like a small reminder text that rear guards without boost can perform boost, which brings back to my point where like grade 2 and grade 3 can boost. Now, technically speaking, this is a huge buff for Lianon. Not only that, you can boost with all of your rear guards. If you have like say Resonance Dragons, if you have Yantas, or if Atlantis, like they at least will be swinging for like at bare minimum 13k booster to boost this new Lianon. So in the episode, if you recall that like Lianon Vivace was swinging for like 83k, so like you have 13 times 3, which is like technically like how much, like 65k, right? So if like 60, like let's assume that 5 of them, 5 rear guards with like the base minimum of 13k power, boost Lianon Vivace. So 13 times 5 is like what, 65? Plus Lianon Vivace, that's like 88. So it's like really strong. really strong line. And Lianon can swing for like power, and not to mention that she's pulling off what you call the unrivaled bruise, where she stands the front row until after the end of the battle. So if you have Resonance Dragon on your field, technically speaking, Lianon Vivace can swing for like 7 attacks, right? And this is like super crazy. And it's gonna be like one hell of a fight, because the thing is that you first like boost with the rear guard, you boost you attack and boost with like one column and with another column, and then Lianon Vivace attacks and then stands everything, and then everyone boosts her. So it's really good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if Resonance is there, like 7, so 7 attacks, pretty nice. 5k and Drive minus 1 is, you know, pretty nice. So yeah, it doesn't really get the extra drive personally for like unlike the previous Lianons, like like what the DT Lianon and the TD Lianon does, but at least it's technically like a triple drive-ish, because like she can withstand and then she can get Drive minus 1, so which is kind of nice, right? So she still retains the triple drive, you know, mechanic or the aesthetics of Lianon. So I would say that's a pretty good strong support for Lianon, I would say. But that's, you know, Lianon players can rejoice to see what's going on. Okay, now this one I have to really highlight. I think this is the really big highlight of the stream, besides the Lianon reward ship part. Because in December 8th, we'll be getting a special series booster named Triple Drive Booster. So this time round, it will be for all, okay? Triple Drive Booster will release on 8th September. So what do they have in this particular booster in itself? Features of the Triple Drive Booster: each pack will have 1 triple rare guaranteed. Each box will have 1 parallel card with alternate art, which is nice. So this is what we are asking for: alternate art, alternate parallels, alternate art reprints, which is good. In addition to 40 different triple rares being reprinted, there will be 5 new triple rares, including 1 new Regalis piece. Okay. According to the hosts, the MCs, the casters, the cards in this set will be cards that are needed by everyone. Thank God, BUSHIROAD, finally you have done the right thing, right? Because this is the set that everybody should be expecting, and this is the set that all of us should be having in the first place, right? Now, by like seeing like triple rares, you know, reprints, 40 different types of 40 types of triple rares being reprinted. So we can expect cards like Inlet Pulse, Dianza, Brainwash Sealer, Suggest, I would say, and all of the right recyclers, Eureka, what other like good triple rare reprints that should be reprinted? Like the festival booster dragons, I would say, you know, all of these like very important staple cards should be reprinted, and this is the right step to that, you know, to that direction. So I'm really glad they did this. And in addition to this, they have like 5 new triple rares, including 1 new Regalis piece, which we are hoping to hopefully it's like a normal order, and hopefully it can probably like support like, I don't know, grade 4s I would say, but I think like for Vidos Rotate would be nice for like grade 4s or something. For if it's not like a normal order, it probably needs for like defensive mechanics purposes like a Blitz order, which is also like kind of nice. But like imagine the amount of triple rares, imagine the amount of support that everybody should need, right? So the fact that they say is needed, the cards that are needed by everyone. So I'm not sure what cards are there that is needed by everyone. PGs, over triggers, maybe like, I don't know, effect triggers. If they reprint effect triggers, I will be very happy to, you know, say that this set is more worth it, right? So alright, I would say this is definitely welcome, and it is the highlight of the, you know, highlight of the stream besides like the Lianon Vivace. So looking forward to it, and not to mention that BUSHIROAD presentation stream will be on this Sunday, so we need to touch on that also. And hopefully they will be they will be revealing some of the at least a little bit of the content inside of what is going to be reprinted. So my expectations will be all of the, you know, right recyclers like Lemina, Margaret, who else? You know, those kind of guys, like those kind of like right recyclers, Inlet Pulse, Eureka, Dianza, you know, Brainwash Thriller, Suggest, Spiral QT Angel is also one of them. So it's kind of like highly sought after, and which everybody should have. So if people are going to pre-order this set as much as possible, I was saying that not as much as possible, but you know that everybody's going to like, you know, set aside their money to like, you know, get get a pre-order of this particular set, which is super good, super nice, and I hope that this trend will continue in the near future for Bushiroad, for the Vanguard, because honestly speaking, some of the cards in this game is like super expensive, and so reprints are definitely welcome, and that's it, right? Next stream will feature the new class will appear in the anime, including a new youth world and new arena, so which is kind of interesting. And to top it all off, we have the voice actor for Raika, which is what's his name? Ogasawara Jin. I'm not sure if it's Ogasawara, but I think you guys can like fix me on that. But Koshiba Raika's voice actor is gonna be in the stream to introduce it as well, so which is kind of nice. So we are hoping for new content for the upcoming Thursday as well, because this Thursday we have like new Georgie works coming in. So yes, that's about it, and I will say I will end this video right here right now. So tonight's video is not that long, but just to briefly show you like what you need to expect in the coming weeks and in the coming boosters. So I also would make a video like explaining about like probably what to expect for a Bushiroad presentation stream, probably sometime after this video is released. So I'll get straight onto that. So for the time being, I'll see you guys on the next video. So thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next time. So please take care. Please be hyped. I'm kind of hyped for this one, for the triple drive booster set. So yes, I'll see you guys on the next video. This has been Professor Zeman. Thank you.